Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and I've only got enough time to do a very small build today, so I'm going to show you how to make your own Chinese spy balloon. Now, this very topical idea of having a spy balloon run by the Chinese hanging above the streets of Brick Nottingham was actually an idea of one of my lovely subscribers who send in fantastic ideas all the time. And I thought it was a great fun thing to do, so I started playing around with some pieces. But then another subscriber or two came up with the idea that instead of the Chinese running this particular one, they would use the fact that my city is very closely monitored by the super secret police, and therefore it would actually be them who had a very high-tech, well, high-low-tech version of a spy balloon hanging over our streets, spying on us. So what I'm going to do is do a kind of black and white version of a spy balloon, which if you didn't want to include as the super secret police, you could just make all white because the colouring of the SSP is those very characteristic black bands of a police car. So anyway, to both those people, or all of the ones who suggested a spy balloon of some sort, here is your bedoing. Wonderful. So the piece that starts off the whole top of a very sort of small, modest sized balloon is this half hemisphere piece. And the design for this, really, I kind of pinched largely from the set 70604 Tiger Widow Island from 2016. Which is an Ninjago Skybound set where Sensei Wu has a small balloon that's just big enough for one person. And the top of that balloon is this piece here. But as I said, I was going to do this in black and white colours, so I'm not going to use that one. And it just so happened I actually had a black one that I was keeping for another purpose. So I'll just have to buy another one, I guess. Anyway, so there is the beginning of our balloon, the very top section, and the next section will start to bring in some white with a plate. But just so we can secure this piece, because it will need to have an axle running all the way through, I'm going to add a normal 2x2 round brick in there before joining these pieces together. Then we need quite a broad white section, so I'm going to use a 4x4 round white brick, and this is where I've started adding all of the SSP iconography onto the balloon, because there's nothing they like better than adding their logo and name onto every flat surface, which is part of the funny thing about the SSP, in that they advertise their super secret nature at every opportunity. So yeah, this has worked really well as well, because when I was collecting all these pieces with these stickers on, I actually got two the same. I wanted a pair, but you'll see that the logo's on the right in both instances here. And they come from the set 70819 Bad Cop Car Chase from 2015. And if I'd had a pair, that would have made it better for something, well, like a vehicle, so you had mirror images of the same thing. But in this particular case, having that mistake of having two of the same one means that I've got kind of a repeating thing when you go around here with the logos being opposite on each side. So that's worked rather well, actually. Anyway, so that will be my next segment on here. If I can just get it attached. Oh, there we go. Hard to line up these round pieces. So there we go. Then continuing the white section, I'm going to have another one of these round plates, but this time I'm going to invert it, and that's important for the structure. So this is where I'm going to add my axle hole to pin everything together. Shove that in there, and then I can add this rocket piece. It's kind of a rocket booster. Ooh. And there is the real life super secret police, monitoring my every move. Anyway, this rocket booster piece is now with its studs in the opposite direction going on as the next section. And I've actually cut out some big logos from other SSP sets in order to stick them on the side of there. And that will go on there like that. So that is now facing the other way, and I just have to push this down so it can connect to the next piece. And I'm doing that with a quarter turn in there, so we can always see that logo from that direction and that one from that direction. So that looks really nice. Then the next part I'm going to add is one of these very interesting parts to connect loads of bits to. So I'll put that on there. And then the very last part for the axle anyway is one of these connectors, which I can put on like that. So I'll just push that down so it's all connected as well as can be. I can add the dome bit back on, and that is the balloon element of our spy balloon. So you can imagine if it was your Chinese one, you might have it all white, but this one, black, white, black, looks very, very characteristic of the SSP. Absolutely love it already. So now to make this solar powered, we need to add on some panels, and I'm going to be using these ones because I think they're really appropriate to this, going around the outside as they do in kind of a circle, and that will keep all of the spy equipment powered when it's floating across the world. And these came on loads of different old space sets, including 6856 Planetary Decoder from 1996, which was an Explorian set. But you could use more modern ones like the dark blue ones that have come with all the recent space sets. You could use pretty much anything you wanted, really. So yeah, so that is rather good. And I've already used another person's suggestion, which was to basically add the very characteristic blue and red lights of the SSP on to the underside of these pieces, because I did actually have this thing built and in my city for my recent city tour, so people have actually glimpsed it. When I came up with the idea, I couldn't resist it not being in my most recent tour video, so that's why it was in there. But somebody suggested on seeing it that I add more lights to it, and I've done that as well, so here's another bedoing for you. Well done. And that is our main balloon. But obviously it's spying, so we need to do a little bit more on the bottom. So I'm just going to do a 3 long bar piece. First, in there, a camera piece with a long zoom lens just made out of a 1x1 round brick with a lens on the end. And then one of these sticks with the kind of lollipop end, which can go on the end of there, facing down, obviously. And to that, I can just add 1x1 with clip, modified plate, with a microphone. Now, obviously, that's not going to work very well. It'll probably just pick up wind noise and so on. But that's the hilarious nature of this kind of overly thought out but underachieving spy balloon. So I think that is absolutely perfect. Too many logos all over it, too many lights, making it not very successful at spying covertly at all, and then some largely ineffectual equipment on the underneath. So that is the SSP all over. I absolutely love it. Right, so now I just need to hang this from my ceiling. So the best way to do that is to get some fishing line. And basically, I'm going to sandwich that in between this section and the section above. And I've got a loop of fishing line here, if you can see it. It's very sort of thin and clear, but I'm going to have a knot, obviously, which is going to be concealed in the sandwiched bit. So when I put this all back together again, let's get the orientation right, then it'll be completely hidden. And I can basically drape this over either a hook attached to my ceiling, or better still, just to the light fitting, which is where I had it before. So I can just drape that over the spotlight and it will hang a suitable distance underneath it. Rearrange the solar panels and we're cooking on gas. So there we go. SSP, or Chinese Communist Party, CCP, a spy balloon. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing something else fun in the city or in a deep sea cabinet. So until then, see you! Yeah, I guess they must be spying on people on the beach.